battle is starting. And I'm very glad to see you all today. And as we have our introduction part from organizers, I would like to pass the word to Anna, who is CEO of Unicorn Battles. Anna, please.
Thank you, Marina. And I'm really glad to be in the DACH region. I have been to all the countries in Germany, and Austria, and Switzerland, but never had been to the DACH region all at once. And I'm really glad that we are here today. And I would like to remind everyone that our events are happening thanks to our sponsors. Our platinum sponsor is Network VC California Seed Fund. And our golden sponsor is ICU Ventures. ICU Ventures is a Kiev and London-based venture capital fund that invests in technology companies with ties to Central and Eastern Europe, focusing on helping ambitious founders to build global businesses. ICU Ventures makes late seed and Series A investment across the tech spectrum. And welcome, please, our silver sponsor, Silicon Valley Syndicate Club. And I would like to remind everyone that the winner of today's battle will join all other winners of the preliminary battles in our finals that are happening online also due to the restrictions. And it will be like 3 days finals on July 28th, 29th, and 30th. So save the dates in your calendar, and we're welcoming everyone. There'll be a special Hong Kong time zone, Asian Day, London time zone, European Day, and New York time zone, American Day. The startups will be pitching all day long. The top international VCs will join us, and so will the business angels and all other 500 guests from all over the world. It will be a gala event, and we are waiting for you to join us. We had been doing our preliminary battles in 50 major locations all over the world, had gone over the enormous amount of the startups and had chosen the best ones that will pitch live at our finals. And we are welcoming partners and sponsors to go along. We have a couple battles left, and also we have our great finals. And I would like to introduce you to our company, which I love very much. We are the ecosystem of online platforms and services that is a smart family that solves almost any task in the field of innovation and startup and VC industry. We help startups to grow into businesses. Investors can find the best deal with us. Partners are welcome to join to be really global with us. And of course, corporations can find the best solutions they can ever find in the whole world. The core of our system, the heart of our system is a startup network, which had amounted almost to 200,000 users. And we are growing every day. We have thousands more applications. You can post there your startup, your project, your investment profile, and you will find the best deal. Unicorn Battles. It's one of the oldest parts of our smart family, and it unites startups, investors, and partners who can be together with us, really global. You can see on the map, we had been called the largest world pitch event in 2020 by geography and the number of the events done. We had been to all those countries already, and we are going to visit many more countries. So if you see any country in the world you want us to have a battle in, or you would like to join us, please contact me or Marina, and we will tell you the special conditions to do that. We had been doing battles for 11 years already, had done more than 200 of them, and we do on permanent basis in many countries of the world and cover 5 continents. And I'm really proud to see that we are very successful in helping startups to become better, because according to our statistics, our winners had managed to raise more than 120 million due to our battles. And we have more than 500 top VCs within our community and lots of business angels and other professionals. One of the most recent parts is our pre-acceleration program, Silicon Finance. Silicon Finance is a special entity, a special program designated for startups willing to apply to top American accelerators. We help them to relocate to the United States and grant them funds and services worth $50,000. We invite best speakers and mentors to coach our startups online and offline for our acceleration program. So join us to become a better version for yourself, of yourself. Network VC, California Seed Fund, is our VC fund with two current strategies. First one, to participate as an investor in our pre-acceleration program and for the chosen startup. And the second one, to be a lead investor in our Silicon Valley Syndicate Fund. Silicon Valley Syndicate Fund is a special structure that allows syndicates be easily organized for different startups. Now, any investor starting with a check as little as $10,000 can join our syndicates and get an access to the best startup that we had found through our global network. So please join us, and partners are welcome also to join our global networking via Silicon Valley Syndicate Club. And now I would like to pass a word to the COO of the VC house, Natalie. She will tell you about very interesting entity that we have for VCs. Natalie, are you with us?
Yeah, thank you, Anna. Hello, everybody, and I'm glad to see you here today. And I'd like to introduce you to our new project, VC House. This is an invitation-only online community created exclusively for VCs. It is a platform where VCs from all over the world can exchange deals, which they participate in as active investors. We also plan specialized offline LPGP events where family offices and institutional investors can have an opportunity to meet VC funds. If you have any questions or would like to join VC House, please don't hesitate to contact me directly. My contact details will be in chat. And now I'd like to return the floor to our host for today's event, Marina. She will lead you through our unicorn battle. Marina?
Hi. So thanks, Natalie. Thanks, Anna. I would like to continue, and let's introduce our great partners. I'm waiting for the slides. Yeah. Thank you all for supporting us, and this is not only for this battle, but for previous battles: Silicon Finance, Caris Community Europe, Founder Institute Frankfurt, V-Lounge, Frankfurt Valley Award, Topan, Malamut, and Pioneers from Vienna. Thank you very much. And now I would like to highlight our agenda. So as we already had the intro from organizers, now we have the time for our juries. We have a lot of amazing juries, and we would like, now you have time to introduce yourself. We would like to hear within 1 minute, what are you doing? What is your VC doing? What are your preferences for startups? And any other information you would like to share to get acquainted. After the jury introduction, we will start our pitching competition, which will finish after the last 10 startup finishes. And then after 1 minute, I will announce the results. So the results will be announced today, straight after the pitching finishes. So we will know the winners today. And after, we will have a bit of networking time. So now I would like to pass the word to our juries, and our first amazing jury to be introduced is Alexander Soroka, who is the founder of Startup Network and Unicorn.Events. Alexander, hi.
Hello everybody. We are early stage startup, and usually we invest from 50 to 250K in the startups which are located in the United States or Europe, and we are industry agnostic. Thank you, Marina.
Okay, and now we have our great sponsor who is present, and I would like to, and who is also a jury, Giles. Hi.
Hi, everyone. Great to be with you here today. I'm one of the co-heads of ICU Ventures. We are an early stage seed and Series A fund, which invests in companies with a strong tie to Eastern Europe. This is, I'm sure that we've done, joined with my partner Roman in more than 20 of these events at this point. So I'd like to thank Alexander, Marina, and Anna and the team for continuing to put together great packages in terms of both companies and juries. And I welcome you all here. We normally invest between $250 and $1 million. We're industry agnostic as well. Typical profile is a company which has Eastern European DNA, founder or development team, but is selling globally, especially in the United States. I look forward to hearing the pitches, and please feel free to contact me here on the chat or via LinkedIn. I look forward to hearing from you. Thanks.
Great to have you. And anyone next? There is no special line, so you just, oh, Ruchi, hi, yes, sure, go ahead.
Hi, Anna, thank you so much for the invitation. So I'm Dr. Ruchi Dana. I'm logged in here from Dubai. I'm actually a medical doctor and a Stanford MBA. I was recently recognized by Forbes as the top power businesswoman here in the Middle East. So I'm really excited about this opportunity. I'm mainly looking at early stage startups at the moment, and our ticket size is around 250 to 500K. We invest globally, and we also invest in pre-IPO deals. In pre-IPO deals, the ticket size is a little higher. I would really urge all the startups to do the best, and I'm really looking forward to the startups. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ruchi.
Maybe I should go next. My name is Jasper. I'm the head of Accelerator Services and Venture Capital Services at 360 Lab. So thank you to the team for inviting us to be jury member. Very honored to be here. What we do is we help corporates to collaborate with startups by supporting their collaboration, but also by scouting and selecting startups for them, setting up venture capital solutions. So we are actually setting up accelerators, venture capital entities for corporates, and helping them to work with startups.
Okay, I'm gonna go next.
Welcome on board. Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Hi, I'm
Kirill.
Malmut Startups. Thank you very much for inviting me again to these panels. I always enjoy them. So at Malmut Startups, what we do is actually, on the one hand, we support venture capital investors in finding suitable co-investors for their own deals, but also we offer them the opportunity to participate in the deals of investors from our network. And we have startups with the storytelling, pitch activities, and fundraising, but also with the after deal management. And I'm excited to see all those interesting startup ideas.
Great, thanks, Kirill.
Good, I'm happy to go next. Hi everyone, my name is Jasmina. I'm originally Czech, but based in Austria. Thank you very much for having me. I'm an investment manager at 3TS Capital Partners, which is a growth stage investment fund focusing more on Series A, Series B. Our typical tickets are 3 to 10 million euros. We focus on technology companies in Europe. We like the DACH region and the CE region, but otherwise than that, we're also industry agnostic, so pretty open. Happy to be here, thank you.
Welcome on board.
Maybe it's a good time for me to jump in. The next one from Vienna, Austria, Ronald. Hi, everybody. I'm representing PrimeCrowd here. We are not the typical VC fund, but one of the biggest private investors network in the DACH region, currently counting roughly 2,000 active investors within our network. We are pretty much focusing on seed and Series A financing. Have done this in the past 23 times and have a tech and B2B focus.
Thanks.
Yes, great to have you. And anyone next?
I guess perhaps I can just jump in. So hi, everybody. My name is Pat. I'm the CEO managing partner of Iconic. We're a Frankfurt-based blockchain and crypto-focused venture capital group. In parallel, we focus on early seed stage, do checks even down as far as 50K, upwards of 500K, focusing on more of our blockchain accelerator program. In parallel with this, I'm also the head of asset management for the Cryptology Asset Group, which is the private investment vehicle in the venture space for crypto and blockchain of Christian Angermeyer and Mike Novogratz for their European investment groups. There, we're obviously doing significantly larger checks, typically something in the range of 1 to 2.5 mil, predominantly focusing on follow-ons in the Series A, Series B rounds. Our biggest holding there is, of course, Block 1.
Okay, great to know that. Wonderful. And I see Pedro is getting ready.
Yes, yes, indeed. Just I'm also based in Frankfurt, so it's the right time to talk.
You should grab a beer sometime then.
Yeah. Well, we met at the Frankfurt Unicorn Battle.
Yes, I
ago.
remember. We didn't follow up on that beer though.
No. Indeed, it was the last time before the Corona lockdown. So after that, it was really hard to find some opportunities. So for those who don't know me, I've been quite engaged with the local ecosystem here in Frankfurt. I'm part of Singularity University, Founders Institute, and I'm also working with other early stage startups. And yeah, I joined pretty much to provide feedback, mentoring. So feel free to reach out to me, and I hope I can support the startups that are pitching today.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Pedro. It's nice to know that you and Patrick see each other again at Unicorn Battles while living in the same city in one community.
True.
So nice.
We enjoyed it so much last time. We figured we'd come back. It's a nice afternoon off.
Sure. So next time at our next battle, right?
Okay, I can jump in.
Yeah, sure, Mamuka.
My name is Mamuka. I'm based in Vienna and Bratislava. I'm the angel investor and entrepreneur myself. We have the group of professionals. We are connecting DACH region to Central Eastern Europe and CIS countries. We focus on early stage, somewhere around 50,000, and open for fintech, urban, and mostly fintech and urban. That's it.
Wonderful. Great to have you with us today.
Thank you.
So maybe I can go next. My name is
Sure.
Dennis from Faraday Venture Partners. We are a pan-European investors network. So we bundle up a whole lot of private individuals and family offices where we invest at the moment mainly in Spain, Portugal, Germany, and Austria, but also focus on the whole of Europe. We usually invest between 250 and 500,000 in the first rounds, go up to 2 million in total engagement in the startups that we invest into. And we're industry agnostic, so open for any exciting opportunities. And I look very much forward to seeing the startups pitch today.
Thanks, Dennis.
Hello, everyone. May I jump in?
Sure.
My name is Khalik Bayramov, and I'm an associate at Positive Dialogue Management Company and IXD Capital. Before telling a few words about both of these companies, I would like to say thank you. It's a great pleasure to be a judge today, and I'm expecting to have fun observing very interesting startups. And as for Positive Dialogue Management Company, it's a management company that initiates and carries out projects that facilitate global transition to the sixth wave of innovation, strategic development of future cities, and shaping of the future society. And the company's key targets focus on remaining the Russian business brand in a positive light, both domestically and globally. And as for IXD Capital, it's an impact investment evangelist, effectively brings together private capital, business, and innovation to foster development of the impact sector in Russia and CIS region, working in close collaboration with its global partners. And again, thank you for giving me the floor, and I'm expecting having fun today with you. Good luck for startups. Thank you.
Great, Khalik, thanks.
Maybe I should jump in as well. Sorry, I'm late, everyone.
Didn't notice.
Sorry. So yeah, thanks also for the invitation. I'm very happy to be here. I work for Calmstorm. We're a VC fund based in Vienna. We have actually so Lucanos Polagnoli is one of the co-founders. He was previously Chief Financial Officer of Speed Invest. And he founded the fund with Michael Strück, who is a business angel and a serial entrepreneur here in Vienna. We I was the first employee. So we started the fund in February 2020, but we already have a lot of investments. So like so far we made 12 investments. Half of it are digital health tech oriented. So even though if we're sector agnostic, half of it is digital health tech. Possibly because Lucanos likes that a lot. I personally, I like that a lot as well. I come from pharmaceutical myself. So I was working for a pharmaceutical company here in Vienna, and that's the reason I moved here. I'm half French, half Italian. And yeah, our ticket size is about 250K maximum. And yeah, we co-invest. We don't lead rounds, we co-invest. That's about it.
Thanks, Verna. Great to know.
Sure.
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks.
Okay, I can go next. Hi, everyone. I'm Danny. I'm from Kairos, Europe. We're mainly a community of entrepreneurs and a couple of champs in there, a couple of unicorn startups, Brex, Casper, and so on, all part of Kairos. Next to being a community, we do have a fund, we do have an events department, and so on. And since very recently, we want to build an investors community as well. So if you're interested, do definitely reach out to me. And yeah, thank you so much for having me.
Thanks, Daniel, for joining us and for your support, which is always great.
Okay, maybe I will jump in. So hi, everyone, and nice to meet you all. And thank you for inviting me and for this exciting opportunity to be part of the jury. I'm Natalia. I'm based in Slovakia, Bratislava, and I'm head of private equity and venture capital conferences. Basically, we are connecting top limited partners and general partners across the globe. Apart from that, I'm also leading the project called InvestBridge, which is a financial software for limited partners. And I look forward to seeing all the interesting startups, and good luck to all of you.
Great, Natalia. Thanks for joining us today.
I'm happy to go next, guys. Hi, everyone. Michaela from Pioneers here, and we are part of the Startup 300 group of companies based here in Austria. We're essentially an ecosystem for both startups and innovative companies. We provide everything from investment to training and also to spaces. So I'm very much looking forward to hearing the pitches this afternoon and wish everyone the best of luck.
Michaela, thank you very much for joining us. And we had a lot of talk before, and finally managed to organize the Unicorn better, and you're joining us.
Okay, I think I can go next. Hi, I'm Guillaume Clove. I'm from Validate Venture Partners, and my team and I, we focus on helping startups to gain enough traction to ultimately help them get funded. We usually work with teams in Europe or with startups in the US. And we always try to add value to the startup and investor ecosystem. And I must say, it's very nice to see that majority of the judges also consist out of ladies. The investor scene especially has been very well known to be a male-dominated spot. So very much compliments to Startup Network for putting this together.
Thanks. We did our best.
Great work.
Anybody else would like to take the floor? Okay. Nobody there. Okay, so then it's great that you found time, and it's great to have you all here. Thanks for joining us. Now I would like to finally proceed to our pitching part. So each of the jury got the voting link. Those juries who were before, they know how to operate with the voting links. For newcomers, you just go click your voting link and scroll down, and you will see each startup, and there is an option to vote from 1 to 5 under each startup. And actually you can change your votings during the pitching, so in case you reconsider. So from 1 to 5, you evaluate the investment potential. So this is the investment potential. Also, all our precious guests, dear guests, can also vote and put likes for the startups they liked. You just go on our landing page again, and under each startup you can have you will see the like option, and the startup which will get more likes will be also announced as the winner of the guests' sympathy. So of the guests voting. And finally, now our pitching part is starting. So the first startup number 1, who will open our pitching today, will be Dynamaze. Dynamaze, and so it's an increasing occupancy rates through dynamic prices. So, hi.
Hey. Okay.
Peter, hi, you are the first.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you and we see you.
I shared the screen.
Yes.
So I'm ready.
You can start.
Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Peter Müller. I am one of 3 co-founders of the German startup Dynamaze, and I am pleased to introduce Dynamaze to you at this event. What exactly is Dynamaze? We are developing a platform on which we offer the vacancies of currently 15 of the largest leisure providers in Western Germany, such as museums, cinemas, wellness providers, amusement parks, and many more. Why are we doing this? Overall, leisure providers have a low and highly variable occupancy rate. This leads to inefficient personnel deployment and high resource consumption on the side of the providers. At the same time, many activities are simply too expensive for many people. To illustrate, the average occupancy rate of a German cinema is only 13.7%. So over 85% of the seats are not sold and therefore not used. And this is exactly where we come in. We sell exactly those seats that remain unused. And how do we do that? We developed a dynamic pricing algorithm that causes prices to vary based on current demand and supply. This allows providers to optimize their capacities. Customers save money with every booking, and thanks to our fully digital solution, time as well. That's why Dynamaze creates a win-win situation for both sides and even increases the sustainability of the leisure industry because the resources of the providers are used much more efficiently. And how does Dynamaze look like? This is what Dynamaze looks like at the moment. You choose your favorite activity up to 1 week in advance, book and pay directly through Dynamaze, and validate the ticket directly with the provider. Customers can save up to 60% of the original price and use only our platform for the entire process. We're currently focusing on the area of North Rhine-Westphalia and have reached more than 20,000 individual users, achieved over 1,500 registrations, and sold more than 1,500 tickets from currently 15 partner providers with more than 5 million visitors annually. Due to Corona, we are relaunching our platform in 1 week. Our platform is free to use for end customers. However, there are diverse ways of monetization on the provider side. Right now, we are focusing on the first channel, which is a 15% fee for every booking that is made through Dynamaze. Later on, we will integrate other premium features, such as push notifications for special deals and targeting of special user groups. We are an interdisciplinary team of 2 economists and 1 IT specialist and work together closely with 4 different professors of different disciplines who support us with regard to marketing issues as well as technical regards. I'm looking forward to the exchange with you afterwards and your questions, and thanks for your attention.
Thanks, Peter, and perfect timing. Any questions?
I've got a question.
Yeah.
How do you know that the price is actually the one variable that determines if people buy a ticket for such an opportunity, yes or no? Because maybe the demand is just not higher.
We've made a lot of research both with the customers and service providers. So we have a very good network of leisure providers here, especially in Cologne. And we asked them specifically how their demand changes if they vary prices. So for example, if they have special offers themselves, how does that affect their capacities? And we also did a survey with a lot of potential customers when we started.
Okay, so did you do actually a market validation of this assumption, because you tested it with the offering side, with the supply side, but not with the demand side? And so now you should actually do some research on the market, right? So did you do this?
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of the phase that we are doing right now. So we have the platform online, and we are evaluating if we are getting enough traction. And now we will continue doing that after the Corona phase was of course causing us to take it down, but now we will relaunch it again.
Sure. Well, great job.
I have two questions. First, you mentioned 1 week out. How dynamic is the pricing? Does it continue to change over time? And do you have to map out a separate pricing curve for each product and each customer, or are you aggregating into product categories, like, for instance, movie tickets?
So the first question, that is correct. The price changes throughout time, and varies over time, as well as how many people are buying it. And the second question is, we have one price that varies, but for all the customers right now, it is the same price.
But I mean, do you have to create a different demand curve, price demand curve for every product? When I say customer, I meant client. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I meant, let's call it the supplier rather than for the customer themselves.
Right now, we are not doing it, because we are still at a pretty early stage, and we want to launch as soon as possible. So we kept the algorithm rather simple, but controlling for supplier-driven variables is definitely something that could be very valuable in the future.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I would also have a question. So, like, you said that you would live on 50% of the tickets, of the ticket price, but when like Groupon did it, it was on 50%, and they did not survive. So like, how do you plan on living on with 15% of the tickets price only? And then second question would be, what are your longest partners, and like how long are they staying on the platform, and how many tickets have you sold actually?
Okay, sure. So for the first question, this is the slide. So I briefly mentioned, it was very briefly, but we have 3 different channels, and right now we're focusing on the fee, because what's important for us right now is that we gain more traction on the supplier side. So in order to do that, we're only focusing on one channel, and we think that, for example, Groupon didn't survive because the whole platform was not attractive enough for the suppliers. So basically what happened was that they offered huge discounts, and all the customers, so the end customers, they came at roughly the same times. So it was not really beneficial for the supplier, because they didn't come back, and it didn't really have to do anything with optimization. And because we use dynamic prices, that gives this opportunity to use resources as efficient as possible, we think that our solution is much better for the suppliers, so we can attract better and more of these suppliers. And later on, we will have very valuable information, for example, the price elasticity, which allows us to do pricing advices for the partners. So this is kind of our goal there. And here you can see the numbers. So we have sold a bit more than 1,500 tickets in the period of January until mid of March, which is the time where we had to stop because all of our partners couldn't keep on selling. And so the longest time that we were working together with partners is around 5 or 6 months, which is basically when we launched the platform at first.
Peter, thank you so much. The time has run out, and you're very welcome to ask any questions to Peter directly via LinkedIn or chat. And our next startup is startup number 2, Artist UG, and enabling user-generated and interactive augmented reality. So,
thank you very much. I'm trying to.
Hi.
Hi, I'm trying to share my screen, but you need to give the okay.
Peter needs to stop screen sharing.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, done.
Yeah, okay, just a minute. So, do you see my screen?
Yes, we see the screen is fine.
Okay, I just need to. Sorry, full screen. Okay, perfect. Okay, so thank you very much. Can I kind of start?
Sure.
All right. So my name is Dr. Samarkand, and I'm the co-founder and CEO of Artist. We are based out of Germany. So our pitch is about user-generated augmented reality and leading to location-based handy-targeted marketing. So the problem we are addressing is the lack of AR content. So there are more than 2.5 billion smart devices available, which are capable of augmented reality, but the users are lacking of content. And even that small content is being distributed into standalone applications like Pokemon, IKEA, whatever. So our solution is about, we are developing a mobile application, RFX. It's capable of user-generated and interactive augmented reality. What we do is we place 3D objects, AR objects all over the world. Those objects could be discovered by the users, and we also provide blueprints where users can draw the objects, collect, and add to their galleries. With those objects, they can do their own, or they create their own unique AR scenes, either together or alone, with, and they can share and whatever. This leads to our business case. These objects we provide are also from our B2B partners, like gaming companies. They provide us game characters, where users can create their own unique games, sceneries, dynamic as well as static, AR shopping, and travel, etc. We have identified a couple of verticals which are really $1 billion of worth. We have onboarded some gaming companies already, as well as retailers. So just yesterday, we signed a deal with an online furniture and home decoration company, which will provide their objects so users can detect, discover. They can, with one click, they can buy those stuffs. Also, we are in talk with food away from home companies as well as online travel. So that's why we think RFX has the potential to become a unicorn, utilizing the creativity of the users as well as the cross-platform effects of our business verticals. So how we make money? So on our platform, the B2B users, they can really set up their hyperlocal as well as countrywide and global campaigns. They can define the promotional radius, and so they can provide us their 3D content, or we can even make 3D content for them. This is also one of our business model. Users can collect those, interact, and we make money by the CPC, CPM model as well as affiliation, and also revenue sharing. So we are based out of Germany. We have 3 co-founders as well as 8 team members located in Germany, Slovenia, and India. So it's a distributed team. We've been supported by the European Space Agency as well as by the federal government of Germany. And currently, we have closed our first deal. So we are still a pre-revenue company, but we are moving fast. Thank you very much.
I also have the time I worked, so thank you very much, questions.
Yeah, okay. Maybe I can say some words about the concept here. So the 3D content uses, maybe Pokemon Go. So Pokemon just has Pokemons, but we can incorporate any kind of content. For example, let's assume we have deal with Disney, so we can incorporate Disney models, figures, or whatever car companies. So we are now in talk with sneakers even, so they can do promotion sneakers. So those content will be distributed within on the map. So you may ask how we attract B2C, the users. So we have a system there. We introduce treasure chest, and within this treasure chest, we provide cool objects, real world objects, incentives. So if they find those, so they can redeem it. This is one part of our business model to attract people, and those incentives will come from our B2B business partners who can reduce their campaign costs by providing us game keys or even real world products.
So can I ask, who is determining for a given location what objects go in there? I mean, is it just a hodgepodge, or is it somehow, for instance, you mentioned Disney as an example, so let's pick on them for a second. If you go to Euro Disney, for instance, do you have a relationship with Disney and they determine that there can be Disney branded objects in the environment?
Exactly.
Could someone else, could Universal decide that they want to put Universal objects in a Disney environment because they want to compete with Disney?
Yes, I mean it depends on what they want to do with us. Basically, or mainly we are targeting also gaming companies, right, and also Disney for younger people. But you're right, so it depends on the target groups who is going to do what, and we have defined subspaces, also so-called subspaces. If you're interested in gaming, then you will you can switch on the gaming, and you will see only game figures. But if you are into entertainment, you can find those contents. So it's not a real competition between Disney and let's say someone else, but so currently we are in the phase of aggregating the content, right? So I mean, if it comes to a competition, it's nice for us. It's a good to have scenario. Right. Does this answer your question, or maybe?
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Could you also so first of all, just a comment. Sorry, I need to put my camera here so you actually I look at you because I have the other screen. First of all, comment AR.fx. It sounds like a very common name, so it's hard. I mean, it seems hard to kind of like build on from that. Yeah. But sorry, my question actually was more about the traction. Like, how do you want to build that with the downloads, and like, what are you going to focus on in the next 6 months?
Yes, I mean, you're right. So we have launched a prototype on the App Store and Google, so just to get the user feedback and lessons learned. So we are incorporating that into our production currently. So we'll launch or relaunch the post alpha within 2 months. And currently we are attracting onboarding B2B customers. Like the online shop, and we are in talk with some sneaker providers so that we have enough content, as well as we have our own 3D contents available in the app. And so we start local promotions, so in Stuttgart, Frankfurt, as well as in Düsseldorf, that we prove the model, so that we're trying to get to grow organically first, to really prove that to do the POC. And we also have some marketing channels, Twitch, so real-time streaming we do, as well as some social media activities to get traction.
Thank you very much. And I have to pass the word to another participant. So Black One Entertainment and Klaus. Klaus, are you here? Nice. Hi, Klaus. Klaus, we don't hear you.
Okay. Now you should hear me.
Okay.
I think. Okay,
we
you
see a screen. Just put the full screen mode.
Yep. Okay, one moment. Okay, great. I'll also set my timer. Okay, great.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Hi, my name is Klaus. I'm also here, co-founder of Black One Entertainment. And this is actually what others say about us that we could become in the future. And we are like a mixture of all these things. And we are also the first modern integrated entertainment company, like they have only existed so far in Asia, especially in South Korea. And also the knowledge of the rocket internet of music really also describes what we are trying to do here. So we are also very diverse and international team. We have a combined experience of more than 60 years with people like from entertainment, media, music, and also myself. Like I have lots of experience in the field of venture building. I've been also in venture capital myself. And so our mission is quite simple. We are trying to build the ultimate ecosystem for top talent in music. Why? Because the music industry is one of the most unfair, fragmented, and still inefficient multi-billion-dollar industries that still exists. It's a $56 billion per year industry. And most of the people do not know, but 9 out of 10 signed artists actually fail despite having a huge major label contract. And if you really look into it, actually the reason is not because you're lacking technology or anything. The reason is quite different. And the major labels, they act like the most unfair VC banks that exist on earth. They loan out 4.5 billion a year in trying to find the next superstar artist. And we think that could be actually done much more efficient, and also for the sake of the artists. So this is actually what the real talent and career journey looks like at the moment. So it's a very fragmented talent journey. You have to align 5 to 6 different players. You have to navigate that all yourself. And all these people take also cuts from your revenue. And that's why many artists end up with like 5% in total at the end of the day. We think top talent needs and wants different things in the future, especially access to creative spaces and also combined talent and content development. And this is actually what we're trying to do here. We're building one integrated ecosystem by combining systems, spaces, and business and brands, offering one streamlined journey by incubating and accelerating different people. And so this is actually how our ecosystem looks. So we have an online audition platform where we had more than 400,000 visitors and 20,000 global talent applications without spending any money on online marketing. We're actually also now starting to implement machine learning there because we cannot filter all these people manually anymore. And then we have different online and offline education offerings at Black One Academy. And yeah, and then here in the career phase, we offer then different incubating, accelerating offices services. And then music is actually the best content to really build huge audiences. It's for us the catalyst. And what we are then trying to do here is we are building businesses and brands around these artists and brands. And actually we also here have the TV and show business, which we also have started right now. And yeah, generating first revenues there. And all these things meet physically and locally at Black One campus. It's a 4,000 square meter campus, slated construction for the end of the year. And we are located at Funkhaus Berlin. It's the biggest music facility in the world. They're also investors in our company at the same time. So yeah, we're, so to say, providing here an integrated answer to the fragmented music industry processes. And also our business model has lots of different online, offline, and digital offerings, content, brands, and businesses. And yeah, starting from this core ecosystem, as said, music is the catalyst to build huge audiences. We will like expand into different verticals. The TV and show business is actually already starting. And then later what you can do, this is also what our Asian counterparts do. They then acquire the music tech and media tech startups because yeah, they don't have an audience. They acquire the technology and also start VC funds at the end themselves. Very importantly, all what we do is rooted in best practices, especially also from South Korea. And also from the startup and venture world. The music industry is so inefficient that you can actually do lots, and yeah, there's so much potential to do it better. The music industry is growing. It's slated to double till 2030. It's a massive industry. And yeah, and there's a huge lack of innovation. Actually, tech doesn't really solve the key question, which is how do you create hits and or sustain a career for the long term? Yeah, and this is actually, by combining all these things, this is actually how you can really create a unicorn. Yeah, questions?
Hey, thanks so much for the pitch. I hope you breathe during the pitch because you went so
sorry. It's quite a lot. It's quite a lot. Yeah, yeah.
Accelerated at the end.
Yeah. It's quite a lot. We are not a typical one problem, one solution startup. We like solve several problems at once. That's also why, I mean,
question yet. So.
Yeah, okay.
Good. My question is actually, what's your business model? How are you monetizing on this? It seems like a complex ecosystem indeed of various services together. So how do you make money?
Yeah, exactly. So the beauty of the system actually is that we can, it is like a self-running funnel also at the same time. So we are getting all these applications from all over the world, and all these people actually also want different offerings. And we have this audition platform, then we have the academy platform where we're offering different online and offline products, as you can see here, online courses, e-learning products, and yeah, later we will have Selection Campus here on campus. And also the really interesting thing is there's also like something like a talent transfer market is trying to develop also now in the music world, and also for major labels, their only way to acquire new talent was to acquire other labels, right? And now you can also tell that this market is also now evolving much more, like it's becoming like the professional sports world. And yeah, and so in this online education field, we can say possible yearly revenue 2 to 10 million. In best case, this funds already like yearly operations. And in the music, then you can go over, you're producing music with these people. And yeah, that can generate 10 to 100 million because music is actually like, it's like programmed air. It's scalable. It's a universal product. It's the killer content #1. It's so versatilely usable. And yeah, that's where you can reach 10 to 100 million. And then Black One Ventures, this is actually what we do. This is like we build businesses and brands as a service around these people and like, yeah, combine it with different fields. And that's where you can then generate more than even $1 billion a year if you know what you're doing. You just have to also look at the benchmarks which exist. Just for the third part in the US, you've got like huge talent agencies who just focus on that, for instance. But for us, it's important that we streamline and yeah, put it together in a combined way.
Klaus, thank you. I have to pass the word to another participant. You are very welcome to ask Klaus any questions in the chat later. And another participant with a very interesting name, Ludwig. Hi. His project name is Who Can Shoot. Yeah.
Yes. Hi, everyone.
Hi, Ludwig.
Let me just share my screen.
Tell us more about Who Can Shoot.
So, yes, my name is Ludwig. I'm the founder of Who Can Shoot, and we're doing content on demand. So I assume every one of you was also during lockdown on your phone. Like 47% of people say that they are consuming more content through social media during lockdown. And that leads us to now more than ever, brands need more content every day, like videos, images for social and e-commerce. If you're in the industry of producing content, you know that it's super painful. Like there's a big workflow from location scouting, art buying, pre-production, etc. And you have a lot of participants like talent agencies, talent ad agencies, and so on. So it actually takes a lot of time and also money to produce content. Now we think content on demand is the future, where we go from idea straight to content with flexible teams only when you need them. So we do that by connecting talents and clients through a market network. Notice I say market network here in case you haven't heard about it. The next 10 years will be about market networks, is a quote from James Courier from NFX. And the market network is actually a more advanced marketplace for more complex B2B services. So if you think about Uber, where you book a taxi, it's a very simple task. You want to go from A to B. But if you're thinking about more complex B2B services like producing content, you actually need much more. You have a lot of participants and you need to actually work more efficiently. So that's why you need also basically on top of the marketplace, a SaaS tool where people can collaborate online, and a network component where people can present themselves, because you have to put people in the center of activities. Now, this is what we're doing, and we already have first interest. We have over 300 signups in the past 3 months. Most of them are from word of mouth, and we didn't spend a single euro on marketing. We also have the first job postings from well-known German brands. So we see some traction here. Now, this is our unfair advantage. We are actually already a marketplace for models called Quista, with a lead investor being Europe's largest content producer. And through that site, there's like 12,000 models that can be booked by 60 model agencies. So we already have a great foundation in terms of talent, at least from one category, and in terms of technology. COVID-19 is changing the game of content production as well, because businesses are more price sensitive, marketing budgets go down, creators are looking for work, and remote work is on the rise. So all of these things are playing in our hands. This is me. I've been in the content industry for 7 years, and my colleague Marta, who is the CTO and basically working for Nokia and in tech the past years.
Great, Ludwig. Thank you. Questions? Nobody, no question.
So how do you actually plan to make money on that?
Yeah, we actually have two revenue streams. So one is to, of course, have a transaction fee to bring new businesses to creatives and creative producers. So we're going to take a transaction fee of 10%. And the other thing is also a subscription model where we offer premium services for larger companies, enterprises, to just have additional workflows and to have a white label space where For example, you can invite clients to your project on Who Can Shoot, and you can white label it. So you have like branding options, and we can charge like a subscription fee of 50 to 500 euro, depending on the features per month.
Are you already making money, or are you pre-revenue?
So as I mentioned, we're actually transitioning because we see that opportunity in Corona. So before that, we've been running the marketplace for models where we already were doing revenue. Then, of course, the travel restrictions came. So model booking was a little bit impacted, and that's how this idea came up. And now we even see that there's a bigger potential in bringing all creative services together. And so for Who Can Shoot, we're pre-revenue.
Ludwig, I'm still not getting what the business is. So I understand model bookings, and I've seen similar marketplaces in Los Angeles, which is, the center of the entertainment industry still, in many regards. Maybe you could talk us through what exactly the product looks like. Why is it called Who You Can Shoot? I mean, is it because folks are posting content up there that can be used by others? And how does location scouting work as an example of a different kind of a service?
Yes. So basically, we're encompassing the whole process of producing content and to make it easier and faster for working remotely with teams. So now you have a lot of people you have to coordinate, and with our product, you can basically outsource some stuff, or you can even find freelancers for your own project. So it is like a marketplace, that's right. So you can find and discover talent, you can discover photographers, makeup artists, stylists. But on top of that, we offer workflow tools to actually keep people managing their productions online. So for example, we have, a lot of small features like, having digital call sheets, having a digital calendar, have people comment on different talent selections. So basically everything where the producers right now use like a spreadsheet or phone and email, which is not really efficient. We're basically building a process around this where you then can plug and play different freelancers for different services that you need.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'd like to pass the word to another participant, and startup number 5 today is Smart Cloud Farming. Please tell us more about your smart decisions in agritech. Hi.
Hi there. So can you hear me all?
Yes, we see you and we hear you and we see your screen sharing.
Oh, that's great. So just a moment. So we can start now.
Yeah.
So good afternoon. I'm Subrajit from Smart Cloud Farming. We do advanced soil analytics using Earth observation data. So what's exactly the problem? So just a moment. So we have a big problem today. So we have $300 billion in agricultural productivity loss, and that is due to very poor soil data and the resulting poor soil management. And we want to tackle this $300 billion loss using data-driven soil analytics. And for this, we are already having an available global training data set of 20 million plus points. And since our inception in 2019, we have received public funding amounting to approximately 350,000 euros. So what exactly is the problem with soil data? Now, if you want to do proper soil management, you need quality soil data, which is continuous. And for that, you need to do soil analysis. And the way soil analysis is done today is, as you see on the right-hand side, my co-founder, you have to do field preparation, collect samples, transport them to a lab, and get the lab analysis done. Now, all this is extremely slow. It is very expensive, and it is also extremely labor intensive. And the biggest problem today, or for today's age, is this data is not digital. You cannot integrate this data into any kind of existing solution. So we want to solve this problem with our solution, which we call Soil Eyes. These are digital 3D soil maps. And for this, we use remote sensing and ground truth data and apply deep learning techniques to come up with advanced soil analytic maps. So these are 3 kinds of maps that we are working on right now: 3D soil moisture maps that provide you soil moisture information, 3D soil organic carbon map, and 3D soil nutrient maps that tell you how soil nutrients are distributed at different depths in the field. And the benefits are they are fast and accurate and provide you lab-free analysis. There is API integration possible with automation, and it is continuous and it is globally available. Identified customer segments are agribusinesses and farming cooperatives, government agencies in the North of Americas and in Europe, fertilizer companies, and we have very specialized NGOs. The value proposition we deliver are better economics, for example, improved soil fertility and therefore higher yields, 70% fewer soil sensors, you have time savings, and you have environmental compliance. Our business model is data information as a service and derivatives based on that. So we have 3D digital soil maps as a revenue stream, soil organic carbon and carbon offset verification as another, land evaluation, and customized fertilizer development. Our competition are of two different kinds, remote sensing providing 2D soil maps, and we have sensor-based solutions that provide a mix between 2D and 3D, but not spatial. And that is our competitive advantage. We provide 3D spatial soil maps, and we have a huge training data set. And we are going to be in the position to actually automate a lot of agricultural processes and thereby make it much more economical and sustainable. We are currently a team of 7 people, Michaela and myself. We are the co-founders. We have an agronomist and data scientist, and we have an AI expert in our team. We also are working together with Indigo Ag in the US, Grupo Cup in Italy, Fraunhofer in Germany, and the University of Novi Sad in Serbia. This is our current roadmap. From 2019, we started. For this year, we want to acquire 2 pilot projects and move on to with our map development. And next year, we want to launch our 3D moisture maps and provide the market integration. Our goal is to become the Google Maps of soil. And yeah, we want to change how agriculture is done using proper soil management techniques. Thank you.
Thank you. Just 1 minute and a half for questions.
Thank you. Can I ask a question immediately? So thanks for you did a really good job. So proper pitching there. Thank you. I didn't get how you gather the data. Is this by samples that people put into a cloud service, or do you have a hardware that you provide to farmers, or how do you do this?
So we would be using 2 different kinds of data. So one would be the satellite data that we
image processing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we get currently we are using Landsat 8 and Sentinel satellite, Sentinel 1 and 2, and we are also having access to publicly available soil databases. So that's what we are working with right now. In the future, we would be developing our own proprietary soil database. So we would be actually collecting soil data and using those for training, and also at a later stage providing other startups or companies with processed soil data for a price.
Okay, so you did actually sensor fusion by using satellite information, imaging data, and also later then you'd have like on Earth sensors or something.
Right. If I understand you right, yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Question from my side. Is there any evidence that 3D data is going to outperform 2D data or sensor data?
Right. There is a lot of evidence. We can talk about different kinds of evidences here. So if you look at 2D soil data, you are getting basically the surface information. So if you take the example of soil moisture, you have surface soil moisture. I think I have a slide for that. And if you look, and the surface soil moisture is important, but what is more important is how much is the soil moisture. So this is this slide, how much is the soil moisture and what is its distribution below the surface? And that is exactly what is important when you are wanting to irrigate your field, because that's where your roots are. They're not on the surface, they're below the surface. So if you look on the right-hand side of the screen, on the top, you see 12% moisture on the top. So it seems it's very dry, so you need to irrigate your field. But if you look at the bottom, you have sufficient moisture for a few days. And depending on what you're growing, that is extremely vital. And you can definitely irrigate your field in this stage without knowing this. The problems are then environmental. You have nutrient leaching, your soil degrades over time very fast. And with the new common agricultural policy in Europe coming into force and with environmental criteria that have to be met, it's definitely, 2D maps are definitely not going to serve any purpose. And besides that, we have also talked with a lot of stakeholders. So they are farmers, the agricultural companies, there are also government agencies, and everyone has said they are using current solutions, but they are extremely dissatisfied with what is there on the market.
Thank you very much. I have to pass the word to another startup, which is coming. Hi, Past 5. The floor is yours.
Can you hear me? Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we see you. We hear you.
Perfect. Okay, then let's get started. Hi, my name is Mo. I'm the CEO and one of the co-founders of Hyperstyve. We make influencer partnerships in gaming simple and hassle-free. Okay, yeah, here we go. Influencer partnerships are complicated. Two worlds collide that until recently didn't have much to do with each other and are on two opposite sides of the spectrum. Here you can see a usual workflow of facilitating an influencer partnership, and we thought this could be optimized. And yeah, before we worked on our idea, we had a look at the market. The gaming market and the influencer market are both huge markets. And have been grown over the last couple of years. The market segment where we are in is a $1 billion market and also growing. Our tool simplifies the whole workflow of creating influencer partnerships in gaming, and we cover the whole pipeline from start to finish with a focus on influencer discovery, influencer management, and influencer reporting. Here are a few screenshots of our product. I can go into detail in the questions maybe, or if you reach out, but it's too little time in the 3 minutes. Our business model is we take a 10% service fee on both ends. I always explain it for a service for €1,000. The content creator receives 900 euros, so it's a 10% deduction, and the brand pays 1,100 euros, so it's a 10% add-on charge. We are also in early stage negotiations with an entity for licensing our platform or our software. But yeah, this is still rather early stage negotiations. Here is a little bit about the competitors we have in that area and how we differentiate from them. Here we have a timeline of where we started out, where we are, and where we want to be in the future. Mentionable here is we developed our tool throughout 2018, went live at the end of 2018, start of 2019, and throughout the year, we facilitated partnerships for about 50,000 euros, with the smallest one being 20 euros, the biggest one 10,000 euros, and more or less everything in between. And yeah, also mentioning or worth mentioning here is we got federal grants from the Austrian Economy Service and the Austrian, I guess, Scientific Research Agency for a total of 200,000
euros. I'll come back Monday.
Sorry. Okay. For around 200,000 euros. And we also raised about 85K from angel investors till to date. Yeah, that's us, Hyperstyve. There is our contacting information if you want to reach out. And yeah, thank you for your time and attention. And I would be able to take questions now.
Thank you. Questions?
Okay, I'll jump into the question. Thank you for the pitch. Looks interesting. Could you maybe tell us a little bit about the team who's behind the product?
Sure. I'm the CEO and I know my co-founders from university, I started this with Luke. We made our bachelor's degree together and started our master degree. I aborted it because we got our first grant there. He did the whole design and the whole workflow for the platform and how the partnerships are facilitated. And my other co-founder is David. He's our CTO. He did every line of coding throughout 2018. And later down the line, we got a part-time additional programmer who helped him out. And I also know him from my bachelor degree. But he was in another specialization as me and Luke. And he worked with a big, before he came to the startup, he worked with a big software development company in Linz called Catalyst. And yeah, he knows his stuff. He did most of the coding himself.
Thank you.
What differentiates you from Reach Hero and all the other influencer platforms where you can also find influencers? Because I didn't find them in the competitors diagram.
Yeah, for one, we focus on influencer partnerships in gaming. So that's our niche or our segment. The other differentiating factor or USP from us is we focus on long-term partnerships. So the backbone of the platform is designed around reoccurring tasks. So let's say I book a YouTube video, I can book it for 1 month, one time, and then it would be the same as setting up a campaign with one of the competitors. But you can also book it for 12 months, and then the task would repeat itself the 12 times that, or the duration over which the service or is booked. And that's the two most differentiating factors, the dedication to gaming and that the software is based around recurring tasks, so it encourages long-term partnerships.
And what kind of gaming segments are you focusing on?
We have API connections to YouTube and Twitch. We also have Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. But the main channels where the main service usually is booked is either on Twitch and on YouTube. And the other social media channels are just as supporting channels most of the time with a social media post that references the YouTube video or stuff like that.
And what are your main influencers?
Currently, we have 150 content creators on the platform, with 80% of them being from the DACH region. When we started out, we worked very close with one of Austria's biggest content creators in gaming, who also joined the team as an early stage angel investor. And he introduced us to a lot of the current talent that we have on the platform. And they are reaching from size 20K reach up to 1 million is the biggest one on one of the social media channels that we currently have.
And why is Reachbird or Reach Hero not doing this? Why they don't focus on the gaming industry now?
I'm not sure, to be honest. You have to ask them. With us, at least, why we choose gaming is all of the founding teams are gamers. We have a passion and the understanding of the industry. That's why we choose it. And that's why we chose this segment. We don't have much experience with lifestyle and fashion and all the other stuff. Maybe with Reach Hero, it's the other way around, I can only imagine.
Okay.
And how much traction do you guys have so far?
Like I mentioned, we have currently around 150 content creators and 60 brands that are registered, although I must say I would declare 1/3 of the brands as active. That means they check when they get a connection request or a message. And in regards to revenue, we had throughout the last year 50K in total partnerships, with the smallest one 20 euros, the biggest one 10,000 euros, and more or less everything in between.
And
Thank
what
you
is the retention rate? Oh, one last question. What's the retention rate of your users or partners?
It depends. With publishers and developers, they usually push certain game releases. It can take a long time between those releases, but with everyday products, we have partnerships that go out through the whole year, and we have some that I would have to check the details, but we have some that booked creators in 2018 and still booking them in 2019.
Okay.
Mohammed, thank you very much. And the next startup, number 7, is already waiting. Price Hunter up, and David. Hi.
Hi, hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, we see you. We hear you.
Awesome. Then let me quickly share you my screen, and we can start.
Yes.
Hi everyone, my name is David. I'm a co-founder and the CEO of Price Hunter app. Now, how do you compare products when you do your groceries? Do you know which are the most sustainable products? Do you know which are the healthiest? And do you know if you could get the same product somewhere else for a better price? This is currently not possible, and this is exactly where we come into the game. With Price Hunter app, we will provide an easy and convenient way to compare these 3 product attributes. In the first phase, we'll use the physical receipts, digitize them with OCR, and show the results. And this is how the digitized receipts will look like. Beautiful, modern, and with all relevant information. A user can see the comparison results of single products, but also of all products in the whole receipt combined at once. And if our users scan the receipts regularly, they will also gain insights about their spending behavior, similar to online banking reports, but way more detailed. That being said, next to the comparison features, Price Hunter app will also be a fully fledged personal expense manager. Now, how does this work? After taking a picture of a receipt, we will use optical character recognition, OCR, to extract the information from the image. This information will then be matched with our product and price database and generate the digitized receipt, as easy as pie. Our value proposition is simple. If you spend around 160 Swiss francs in groceries every week, you could save up to 50 Swiss francs per week. If you sum this up, we could be saving you over 2,500 Swiss francs per year. That's a small vacation. You're welcome. We are solving the need of everyone, but for the launch, we will focus on new parents and students, budget-conscious households who don't have the time or the energy to manually compare product prices. There are, of course, already price comparison services. However, they don't support any personalization nor any offline products. And how do we make money? We plan on launching a premium subscription for 5 Swiss francs per month. With the premium subscription, you can really optimize your consumption and easily save more than to spend 5 Swiss francs. Let's talk about the team. The team consists of me, David, with over 15 years of experience as a software developer. My co-founder, Fabian, has over 15 years of experience in finance. In our advisory board, we have Klaus L. Fuchs from ETH Zurich with over 6 years of experience in retail innovation. And we have Mark D. Seidel, who previously worked at Facebook and now works at Google, who's helping us out with the digital marketing. We will launch a very first and basic version of the app this month in order to receive early user feedback. We will start with the price comparison and later integrate the remaining 2 comparisons. We will use Switzerland as an initial market before expanding to the DACH region, Europe, and internationally. That being said, thank you for your attention. I'm happy to answer now any questions you might have.
David, thanks. Silence. Okay, so if we don't have anybody, then
probably. But at what stage are you now?
Well, We founded the company in March, and until now we just invested our own money. And I'm currently developing the app by myself and all the backend services, APIs, whatever. And the first version that we will launch this month in the stores, it's gonna look like this. So it helps you digitize your loyalty cards. You can start taking photos of the receipts. There is no price comparison yet, but if you already start this now and the price comparison comes in a few months, you will also gain all the comparisons for the receipts and all the insights. So you can already start using the app this month. And yeah, we also included some gamification in order to motivate people to really use our app.
David, a question and a comment. On the comment side, you might want to think about that logo, especially in terms of the US market. I think this kind of gun imagery is
target,
just going to be disturbing to folks. But in terms of the app itself, how are you going to incorporate online retail? I mean, I assume that the kind of tech-savvy customers that you're going to be attracting are the exact same subset of customers that are probably moving to retail online supermarkets at the moment. I'm based in the UK, and I certainly see huge amounts of online shopping at the moment. Is that incorporated?
Well, that's one of the features that we want to later integrate into the app. Let's say you did your groceries last week as you spent $200, and this week you don't have the time. You can just open the receipt and then click on the order button, and you can order the same products from one online store, which is worth collaborating with us.
And how much money are you currently raising?
Our goal is to have an initial seed round of about 1 million Swiss francs for this year.
Okay. Text me in a private chat or on LinkedIn. I may have an investor for you.
Awesome. Yeah, I will do that.
Marina, we have a question from attendee.
I'm sorry, you have a question also?
From attendee. He raised the hand. Okay, not now already. Okay, let's move forward.
Okay, I'm sorry, I didn't get. And another startup who is coming, I'm happy to announce John's Bet for Fame. And here's Stefan.
All right. Hi, everyone. Can you see my screen?
Hi, Stefan. Yes, we see you. We hear you.
Perfect. Well, my name is Stefan Godley, the founder and CEO of John's, a mobile app to challenge your friends and maybe soon also your favorite star. Even though today's event came in last minute for us, we happily accepted the challenge to present to you today. Not only because we want to show off our idea, but also because this is our company culture. We always accept the challenges we face, work on them with a smile, and usually we win. Similar to us, since ancient times, human beings like to spice up their daily life with a challenge among friends, speculate on a public event, or show off a skill. But how can we actually prove our history of success? Well, our product satisfies this specific longing of modern society. We create an authentic tool to engage with followers in a brand new way. And ultimately, you can become the best punter of the world. Timing, a crucial factor for startups, but actually it seems it's on our side. Social media is big, business models are understood now, and despite TikTok's success, they are slowly getting too big for regular users to go viral and get enough attention. So they're looking for new solutions. And now the lockdown, for us, it's fine, I think. New features are being explored every day, and they're all longing for new entertainment methods. So the market is huge, we all know, but important for us is to start small, explore, and expand from there. We try to position ourselves in between of global players, and we are unique enough to compete. Our goal is just to steal the attention of other social networks for a few minutes a day. So most important for all startups, next to the timing, which sometimes is unpredictable, is the team. I cannot tell you how happy I am to have formed this team we have right now. Our talents have the experience and drive to make our dream come true, which is to touch 1 billion people's souls. Our CTO, Boris, is amazing, a tech talent from Tel Aviv with a good humor. And Delzar, with his global network and vast experience in operating and scaling startups, is helping a lot. Last but not least, we got Sve, a Bulgarian beast who never stops before a task is done. And this is just to mention the founding team. We are lucky to be working with more than 10 expats and industry experts to create an exciting applications for users. We already achieved a lot together, and we continue doing so as we are all looking forward for the official release of the app in Sofia this fall. This being said, we have the people and strategy to execute, but you will bring the cash. Thank you very much for listening, and I'm happy to answer your questions.
Thanks.
So anyone with a question in here?
Probably the same question. Can you tell about the stage? Where are you now? What is your traction?
So we are pre-launch. We have built an MVP and distributed it in a private network for feedback. We learned a lot. This is completed this spring. Right now we're planning the soft beta launch in Sofia, Bulgaria. Small location, a good CPC to gain more experience, drive engagement, and see if we implemented the growth funnels according to our plan. So this fall, all action starts, and we hopefully can scale soon, get good KPIs, and convince our investors for the seed round, which is planned to happen after we have our first KPIs. Right now, we bootstrap the whole baby so far with friends and family around and angel investors from our networks. Part of them are in the team. And yeah, so it's the right timing to be and get on board for you guys.
Thank you.
Okay, if we don't have any questions so far, we can proceed to our next startup. And I'm happy to announce Compare Technologies from Switzerland.
Yes, hello everyone. Can you well hear me and see the slides?
Hi, Ahmad, we hear you, we see the slides.
That's great. So I'm going to start then. So hello everyone. At Compare, we believe in a world without material waste. Human beings are able to live for 80 years, but most of the products we use every day last only a few years. This is a paradox, no? And for us, that's exactly how it started, being inspired by nature to extend the lifetime of composite applications. Composite materials are applied to many industries thanks to the lightweight properties. They can be made of glass, carbon, or natural fibers, embedded in a resin to create structural components. This is a global $90 billion industry with quite a healthy growth and applied to many applications such as sports, marine, transports, windmill, aerospace, automotive, and many others. Even though those materials are very great, there is a big issue during their lifetime. Small cracks that grow more and more until catastrophic failure of structures. And this is a global problem. Because on one side, people start to repair such kind of damage, and this costs $17 billion per year. But not only that, for many applications, people just replace parts, generating a very high amount of waste that for 90% of them are not recycled. So this raises a big question of sustainability as well as lifetime management. And at Compare, we bring the solution to reduce maintenance costs and help the environment. So our solution is textiles that are pre-impregnated with our magic chemistry. We sell those to part manufacturers, for example, a shipyard or a windmill manufacturer that will manufacture full composite part with our solution and have composites with added functionalities, efficient and ultra-fast repair, as well as an efficient recycling. To demonstrate our technology, we manufacture several demonstrators, but specifically that one, which is typical of the aerospace industry. We impacted it, and here in the middle of your screen, you will be able to see a typical damage. For you, it might be just a small spot, but for the industry, this is critical and people will spend many hours to repair it. With our solution, this is simple. We come with a heat gun at 150 degrees for 1 minute and we recover fully the mechanical properties. The beauty of this technology is that we can have multiple products with one magic chemistry. And we plan to extend our product portfolio to best meet the market needs. With Comper, we can touch the entire composites industry. However, we need to focus to best launch our venture. We have now the first industrialized product that attracts the sports and marine industries, and to secure our market entry and efficiently scale up, we are now looking for contributors to join us on this impactful journey. Our vision at Comper is to provide full circularity to the composite industry by allowing efficient repair and recycling. With this circular economy model, we could save up to 50% of composite resources, which is totally in line with the UN Sustainable Development Goals. My name is Amael Coad, and this development directly follows my PhD thesis. Together with the incredible Comper team, we are the perfect combination to succeed and make a large impact with this technology on the market. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Can you explain a little bit about how you actually sell this? Do you sell the product? Do you sell the IP? What does this look like, your go-to-market strategy?
Yeah, I can show you, and here I have the typical example of how we attract clients. So this is a small booklet of our products, and typically our products are here inside, and let me just get it out. And what you will see is this is typical carbon fibers, and which on the other side we have the magic chemistry here, and what we sell to our clients are really rolls of that for them to manufacture full parts. And then so the business model is really selling pre-pregs, and this is always a two-step go-to-market strategy, because we need first the implementation phase. We are in a B2B sales market relatively high into the value chain, so we need first implementation project with our partners, and with our clients, which is what we are doing right now. So we sell our pre-pregs at X euros per square meter, and then when we go to series production, then of course this is another price then, but we try really to monetize R&D from the early start. The good thing with Comper as well is the fact that we can generate revenue through services for detection of damage, repair of damage, as well as recycling at the end of life.
Don't forget about consulting, because including this in the production process needs consulting. So what's your magic component then? Is this IPR that you own? Is this like a chemistry formula that you own, or is it just a process that you have patented?
No, we patented the material made by different processes. Nice. So it's the material that we own.
Okay. How long have you been working on this? This must have been an R&D process, a state-funded project or something like this, right?
This is the follow-up of my PhD thesis in Switzerland. But I have to say that until the end of my PhD thesis, nothing worked. It was a bit frustrating, but at the end of the PhD, we managed to realize how to make it work, and this is where all started. Nice. And now it's been a year I'm a bit more than a year that myself and my co-founder are full-time, and then we have now all the rest of the team, Betty, Cecilia, and Nicola, that are now full-time with us, really to push forward the technology on the market. And we have the first 5 use cases implemented this summer.
Nice. Great job.
With clients into the sports and marine. Thank you.
And also a question from my side, like how does the repair impact the durability of the products? And also what does your sales pipeline look like? And also it's really cool. I like it.
Thank you. So in terms of durability, that's the principle, really, to extend the lifetime. And I can send you a bit more detail also on that. What we show to our clients is also not only those products, but also a full technical data sheet. We did run a webinar on our website also during the COVID situation to show them the performances of our product. For us, this was really important to have performances behind this product and not to bring a new technology with like 50% reduction as compared to what they are used to. So it's really a standard composite that they will produce, but with added functionalities. And in terms of durability, what we have seen is that we can repair micro cracks really again and again and again. And typically the video that you have seen has been impacted 60 times exactly at the same spot, and you can just continue. So no effect on durability. We also did some various tests of aging to show that durability is not affected. In terms of sales pipeline, we have now 8 qualified leads with whom we are really actively negotiating for having the first sales, and we have 5 with whom we are actually implemented this summer. But this is included in a global strategy. With the COVID situation also, we started again because during the COVID situation, this was a bit complicated to reach people, and we took the advantage of really preparing everything to be highly successful right now.
Thank you very much, Emil. We have the last startup on board, and this is Peak, the blockchain platform for Industry 4.0. Teal, are you joining us?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me and see my screen?
Yes, everything is perfect.
All right, fantastic. All right, yeah, hi, I'm Till. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Peak, and with Peak, we're building the blockchain platform for the Industry 4.0. We are Berlin-based. And compared to all the compared to a lot of other blockchain companies, we're not focusing on tokens. So we're focusing fully on the enterprise effect of blockchain technology. Therefore, we totally rethought blockchain as a whole and developed a totally new database, decentralized database infrastructure, which we just call the DACH chain, which we're also which is also patent, trademarked, and just fully GDPR compliant and fully predictable. So there are no volatile tokens involved, no ups and downs in prices, fully predictable for enterprises. We also made it possible that smart contracts can be executed and programmed in whatever language. And we are outperforming our competitors, which we see mainly in IPM Hyperledger, by around 7 times in the speed of execution. So we are executing with 20,000 transactions a second, while they are executing with around 3,500 transactions a second. We're also fully quantum computing resistant because we're using very specific quantum computing algorithm. And what does it mean? Like today, we are having this deep tech protocol and have 3 main use cases. So one is with a large German car manufacturer, which is currently implementing our protocol in 10,000 of their cars. Actually, they requested even to implement it into even more cars, and solving the problem which a lot of car manufacturers have today with their electric vehicles. So we make it possible that their electric vehicles can charge at any charging station, no matter what charging provider and no matter where it is, being instantly authenticated, being instantly verified. And it allows also to have instant payments and cutting out more than up to 30 processes which are happening in today's infrastructures. It's also been implemented with the leading company of the LoRa Alliance, of the IoT Alliance, setting the IoT standard where it's validating and authenticating the sensor transactions in IoT networks. And it's also been implemented by one of the big 4. It's not the one that is involved, or it's not the one that caused the Wirecard scandal so far, I can say. And therefore it's being used for validating the access rights in their compliance as a service systems. How do we earn money? So on every time a car is charging, there are 9 transactions happening in the background, and we earn money on every single transaction which is happening whenever a car is being charged. In the IoT case, just to give you a little bit more of an example, we are earning on every sensor transactions right now. There are 1,800 companies using these using the IoT networks of the company we are working with, which is a Southern European telco provider. I'm also very happy to give the company names on request. And we are currently trying to also stack up our resources so we can implement it even into more cars as it is being requested right now. This is the team. We are a team from from all around Europe. So Pavel is from me. I'm from Germany. Pavel from Ukraine, Julia from Germany, and Max from Malta. Also have Leonard on board, and we have Michael Ganser on board, who is also who is also involved in our daily operations as the former Cisco Senior Vice President of Central Europe and the former CEO of Cisco Germany. We have a few more people who are supporting us, and this is a little bit about what they say. So we also have Michael Jackson on board, who's the previous Skype CEO who sold the company to Microsoft. And we also have Michael, who's saying the following about us: with its groundbreaking technology, Peak has the potential to evolve into one of the top European technology platforms. They have the potential to be one of the most compelling German growth stories in the next decade. This is where we are today. So we, like when I was speaking about the use cases I just mentioned, it takes us around 5 to 6 months to deploy these blockchain platforms with these companies, which is a long time. So we're trying to reduce that, and we'll be actually able to do that once we're developing our Peak blockchain console, which you can kind of compare to an AWS, like Amazon Web Services. So companies can deploy these platforms and infrastructures themselves, or system integrators can actually do it. We can obviously also do that. And it helps to decrease our current adoption deployment time up to 200 times. So much about us, so much about me. Feel free to reach out to me, or I'm also free for any kind of question.
Thanks, too. Questions?
Can you probably tell a little bit more why these automotive companies need your blockchain?
Yes, so right now there's a very, I cannot go too much into detail. It's a little bit like, still confidential. But right now there's a very fragmented EV, electric vehicle and charging infrastructure. So a lot of charging operators, a lot of energy providers. Now even the German government, as an example, enforced to have the energy providers competing at the charging stations, which makes it even much more fragmented and complicated, complex. And we are basically, so let's say you are driving the car of whatever EV company today, you cannot necessarily charge at any charging station at any time. Really depending on where you are part of, which basically app you use, or which like providers, company the car manufacturer supports. And we basically make it possible that no matter what charging station, even like private charging stations in garage, be able to charge the car, being instantly verified, authenticated, and paid within seconds, and cutting out multiple steps, and decrease also, for example, the authentication time from 30 seconds to half a second.
If I can ask a follow-up question to that, is this a problem where the customer had identified that they wanted a blockchain-based solution, and you were competing potentially with other blockchain providers of software solutions, or was this a case where non-blockchain solutions were being considered? And finally, how did you get involved in a relative startup, get an RFP into what sounds like a very established company?
So they were specifically looking for a blockchain solution. It doesn't, I mean, there are a lot of solutions where I would say it also works with a centralized database. You don't even need blockchain, but they have been identifying this in their EV departments over the last 3 years, and came to the conclusion they need a decentralized architecture to solve the problem. And then we were competing with other large brands. One of them I just mentioned before, but it didn't pass their technical requirements, and that's why they picked us.
Thank you.
Obviously we also observed the POCs and everything, so before, like last year.
I mean, it can be hard to get into those POCs when you're dealing with large solutions. So especially when you're dealing with large companies that basically have put a lot of guards around who gets in there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so thank you very much, and I'm excited. Oh, dear juries, you have still 1 minute to finish your voting to check if you have put everywhere the marks, evaluated everywhere. And I'm passing, while this minute is going, I'm passing the word to Alexander Soroka, again, the founder of Startup Network. Alexander.
Thank you, Marina. Thank you, everybody, every judge who come to this battle today and spend his time to evaluate startups, to give some advice. And thank you for startups which come today. It was really interesting to hear. It's always interesting to hear for the new startups, but today there were some really good ideas. So in a few minutes, we have the results of our today's battle. And after that, we have a networking party. So it's really a little bit strange to make networking in online format, but still we do it so we can talk to each other and on some different topics probably. And so, yeah, we're just waiting for the results. Marina? No, we don't hear you.
Yeah. You need to unmute yourself.
Okay, I already have the results. I was just checking. So the third place winner today is Smart Cloud Farming.
Oh.
Woo! Do we have music? Do we have
Thank you very much. We are very happy. I don't know if my co-founder is listening to me. He's in the next room, so I'd request him to come over.
You can always share video with him.
Yes. Thanks. We also enjoyed having you here. And the second place winner today is Compare Technologies. Oh, we have the music.
Great job, guys.
Great. And who is going to participate in finals from the DACH region?
Oh, okay. So I'm sorry, I had actually some. So the third place winner is Smart Cloud Farming, and the second place winner is Peak. Oh, the last was lucky also. The last place was lucky. So, and the first place winner is actually Compare Technologies. That is number one.
Wonderful.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
The first place winner will join our Unicorn Cup finals, which will take place in the end of July. So you will compete with over 50 best startups from all over the world, and over 500 plus investors will be present. So a great opportunity for you. And what do you think about that?
No, that's really great opportunity, and thanks for organizing all that. This is great, even that we find solutions, even though with the current situation, this is great that such events are still happening and that we can also get some visibility through such events. So thank you very much for that, and I'm looking forward to the end of July.
That is good. You will get all the information from Marina, and this is especially for you before we start the networking session.
Moment of glory, a moment of glory, and now we have finally the networking part, and I'm passing the word again to Alexander.
Okay, thank you. So guys, maybe, I'm not sure, but maybe let's talk about DACH region today. What's going on there? What's new? We have not been to Germany for half a year. Yeah, the last battle was before the coronavirus. And so what has changed?
If anything.
If anything.
Maybe DACH region is ignoring everything that is happening in the world.
Really, I don't know a lot what's going on in Austria. Maybe somebody can tell us.
Do you mean now COVID-wise or in the startup ecosystem?
Yeah, startup
everything.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like COVID's almost never been here. The only thing that's left over is that we still wear masks in the public transport, but otherwise life is pretty much back to normal. Of course, people are still cautious and you have to pay attention to keep distance and not to hug and give handshakes. But other than that, everything's pretty much reopened and we're back at the offices since like mid-May or even beginning of May, some people. So in a certain way, this is pretty nice. I think a little bit eastern from Austria, it's not looking that great and numbers are again rising also in the Balkan region. But maybe someone else wants to comment on how they perceive it, because I feel like very quickly we came back to normal here.
But did the deal flow change, or people like they used to in winter and like last fall, they meet together to agree on something, or do people do online often? Because like we had our Boston battle day before yesterday, right? And everybody said, no, we are not meeting offline. We are only staying online.
Yeah, I think if it was meeting somebody who's in the city, it's not that difficult to even meet offline right now. Maybe better, you know, on a terrace or in a place where you have enough space. But we work very much internationally. So a lot of meetings that we would normally travel for, we still do online, yes. Okay. We still didn't like resume the business travel. We try to limit it as much as possible.
Okay. Thank you. I have a question to Marine. Really, Marine, as you mentioned, you made a lot of deals in the last few months, yeah? Marine? Marine, can you?
Sorry, are you talking to me? Sorry.
Yes, absolutely. I said I've heard that you made a lot of deals, investments in the last few months. Yeah, you said probably 12. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So how did you do it? I mean, did you have offline meetings, or you just met with startups online? What was the format?
Yeah, so like, well, okay, so I mean, I started there, working there since February, so it's not even that long, but I personally, I like meeting founders face to face. Of course, I prefer having, like, if I have a chance to have a coffee and then have a better impression of like how they interact and communicate and pitch. But yeah, like, of course, we had to turn everything digital. And I think right now, like, I kind of got used to the idea of doing more digital stuff. And I feel pretty comfortable now with also just talking online. And then it also means that you can reach out to a lot more companies abroad, in Sweden, in Germany. So yeah, I mean, from my side, I sensed the transformation turning to digital, that it's sticking a bit more than returning all to normal. But yeah, still would like to meet founders for coffee if I get a chance to.
So maybe someone else has questions to our judges, maybe startups have questions.
Yeah, we have a couple more minutes.
Yeah.
That we can use for interaction. Absolutely. Like what we sense, like doing all those battles all over the world, that people are becoming to like this kind of format, because you are saving on traveling costs, and it's much easier to interact in between the countries, because earlier for people to go together with us to battle in Australia or Singapore, people would really think like how they'll manage it. But right now you just plug in and you are there.
I have a question to Mamuka. Mamuka, can you say us, you are working in two countries, Austria and Slovakia, yeah? So, no.
Yeah, you need to unmute yourself. Press the space bar.
Just press the space bar. Yeah, and
no, and talk. Press the space bar and talk.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. So when you are saying the Austria and Slovakia, it means like one is the Western country, another is the Eastern. But I'm based in two cities which are about 55 kilometers between each other.
But do you travel now between two countries?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, there are the regular trains, and you can drive, and there is no problem. You can be in the morning in Bratislava and returning back to Vienna in the evening, and it takes like 45 minutes by car, and it's quite comfortable for me, especially after living in Moscow or even in Kiev, when sometimes the road between the office and home takes like minimum two hours. Bratislava, Vienna seems like one cluster, one hub for me, at least. And as Marina told, Marine told, or just Mina, I don't remember, that yeah, in Vienna we don't feel much this COVID-19 situation in terms of if you are in U-Bahn or underground metro station. Mostly everything works quite well, and that's why Vienna is the #1 city in the world, best livable city. Well, congratulations, or Viennese, you are in Vienna.
Okay.
I'm happy to be in Vienna too.
Who can tell us what is the biggest accelerators in Austria?
Because I'm new, let's say comparing to the locals, I guess the Jasmina, Marine, and they will tell more about the local ecosystem. It's much easier to refer this question to them, I guess.
The question.
We have also Michaela, who is the great representative of
I don't see Michaela.
Ecosystem Pioneers, so she will also comment. She can comment on this question. Hopefully.
We're actually a colleague with Michaela for a while. I was at Pioneers just before my Fritias jobs for 3 years as a head of startups as well. And Pioneers is also offering such services, or as a part of the Startup 300, and Michaela can comment more on that, but they also offer the Startup Live, which is an accelerator for very early stage startups, for example. There's also Jasper here, or at least he was here before, and they're offering the 360 Lab accelerator. Then there's the Week Accelerate, which is offering an accelerator very much focusing on startup corporate collaboration. There's Impact Hub here. They're offering some programs as well, more for impact startups. What else?
You also have Speed Start Studio in Dornbirn by Speed Invest, who is a venture builder and accelerator.
Speed Invest is a VC fund. I don't know if they also have like a venture building part or an accelerator.
Speed Start Studio is a venture building and accelerator part, but they are not based in Vienna, they are based in Dornbirn.
Yeah, that's yes.
And Inits?
Yeah, true, Inits, and then they also have an accelerator, and they also have a Health Hub Vienna, which is run by Inits, which is a healthcare accelerator from them. Yeah, it's a good point.
And the TU Innovation Center.
From the university, yeah.
I2C it's called.
Yeah, there's also the one in Graz. What's it called? Now I forgot. There is like a deep tech startup accelerator as well.
But they're offline, right? All of them.
They're offline, but they now did everything online during the crisis. Also, female founders have a female accelerator for female-led companies. They also do it offline, but now they did everything online during the lockdown.
So it's not so hard to raise the money for early stage startup in Austria, yeah?
Yeah, there's, I think, a lot of funding available, also public funding and early stage VC funds. It becomes a little harder from Series A upwards, I think.
Okay, thank you. So, Anna, Marina,
Yes.
what are our
Alexander.
next plans?
Well, it's becoming more and more interesting. We are going simultaneously next week to California and Hong Kong. So it is a couple more battles left before the finals. Marina, will you share the slide with us? So I would really invite all of you to come with us to California and come with us to GonCon virtually. And of course, join us for the finals. And thank you everyone for coming today.
Thank you everyone else, and looking forward to see you to our next battles.